Hey guys, welcome back to another Reading Your Comments video. I'm Wade Lord Minion 777. Let's jump right into it. Shinobin333 says, "Make babies for me." Wade, 2016. I believe that's from Slime Rancher when I was trying to get the chickens to breed or the slimes to breed. But out of context, I mean, don't you guys? No. Use this head. Be smart. Thank you, Shinobin333. We'll just move on now before I say something else I might regret. Sapphire Durfee says, "I heard someone screaming. Or was that a cow? That made me laugh so freaking hard. I love this game. He got pretty far first try too. Dang." This is from Rides with Strangers. Yeah, there's a point where you're riding in the car and you're just like, that was a bad impression. I can't do it, but it sounds like a mixture between someone with like a gag in their mouth trying to scream and a cow. Because apparently those two things sound the same to me, so that's why I said that. But sometimes I say stupid things when I'm recording videos I don't even quite realize. In response, Samuel David said, "And when the father was staring at him, all he said was, 'Hey,' when he was just staring." I don't try to be funny when I guess it's good that I am to some of you. Maybe I'm stupid to others of you or something, but I really just say what comes to mind, or I just try to, I don't know, make a conversation and keep my mouth moving and just say whatever. So sometimes occasionally it turns out to be funny, like, "I heard someone screaming, or was that a cow?" Because I mean, in hindsight that is kind of funny. And "Hey," whenever the guy's just like staring at you intently. So thank you for pointing those out. I'm glad you got a kick out of those. I'm glad every now and then I do something funny and not just stupid. Mickey Young says, hopefully I pronounced your name correctly, "This is Peach's way of saying, 'Die, Mario, I like Bowser, not you.'" This is from Mario the Music Box. Basically this game feels like a RPG horror game that is also kind of like Whack Your Boss? Whack the game? The Flash game I've done in the past? Whack Your Boss? Where there's just so many different ways you can die. Stupidly, like, you know, a door that looks like a door and you go to open the door, but it's just paint, but then somehow it kills you. Painted door. Yeah. So, yeah, if Peach did in fact send Mario there, then Peach is probably like, "I like Bowser," and Mario's, "Oh no, at least it's not a Luigi." So, yeah, that's that. Heavy Metal, Anime, and Ponies, that's me, says, "Wade, here's gunfire. Who's shooting at me?" Me, here's gunfire. "I can't remember anything. Can't tell if this is true or dream." Because the Metallica song won. Yeah, I got the reference when I read the comment. That was terrible, Metallica. I can't sing Metallica. I'm sorry, I tried. But now, this comment, I read that and it got stuck in my head. So now I've got that song just playing in my head, like on repeat. But yeah, when I heard gunfire, what's a gung? Gungan. Jar Jar. Jar Jar is the Wick Monsters. "Mr. So happy to see you!" No, that was like I don't know what that was. That wasn't Jar Jar. Thank you. And I love the name, by the way. Heavy Metal, Anime, and Ponies. That's me. Nick Stevens says, "Wade, you are acting like a noob." This is from Plague Inc. with Miss Scarlet Tanager. Possibly one of the reasons for this, Nick, is that I am, in fact, a noob. I've never played Plague Inc. on Steam before. There are tons of things that looked completely different than whenever I played it on my iPhone, like, what, 2 years ago? Whenever the game launched initially, before there was DLC or Steam versions of it or anything. And even then, I didn't play it much. I think I beat like the first 3 or 4 viruses or something. Or not viruses, but types of diseases, plagues, if you will. The bacteria, the virus, and then there was 1 or 2 other ones I think I did. I am a pretty big noob at this, and therefore, whenever I play it, I'll come across looking like a noob at this. So, I guess at least I'm living up to expectations I had for myself. Alam Productions, which I probably said incompletely correctly, says, yes, dead bodies decompose will attract zombies now. So when you kill a bunch of zombies, it attracts even more. This is from 7 Days to Die. That's good to know, I guess. So what are you supposed to do? 7 Days to Die has gotten so complicated. I mean, it's a lot of fun, but I feel like they've intrinsically made it, I don't think intrinsically is the word I meant to use there. I think they've made it unnecessarily complicated with what they've added. I mean, I would love to see, I guess there's caves now, maybe there's more buildings. I mean, I'd love to have more things like that to explore, but to me the crafting system didn't need to be complicated. You know, adding in more things to craft, like armor and clothing and things like that is fine. Making it so you have to craft the glass shards that craft the glass bottle that's used to make the water that you then have to pure. It's just so many steps that I feel like, you know, I guess it's more realistic that way, but it feels almost unnecessary. Having dead bodies decomposing, attracting zombies, okay. Raw meat already attracted them, I think, in the past, so whatever. But I'm enjoying 7 Days to Die. There's so much time I feel like wasted in the crafting menus that could have been spent exploring instead. And maybe that's to make it so that there's more, the game doesn't just, you know, you explore and then it's over. Maybe that's to make it a longer lasting experience. I don't know, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not a game designer, so maybe that was in fact a good addition and I'm just a big baby whining for no reason. But in any case, that's good to know, so thank you. Michaela Schumann, whose name I also probably butchered. I feel like this title is what Wade is usually thinking when he plays with JP. WTF is wrong with this kid? With love, of course. This is the, I think this is 7 Days to Die as well. JP WTF is wrong with you, I think is what I titled it. Sometimes I do wonder, JP's awesome, I like JP, but the things he says sometimes, and the fact that he claims to be so innocent and doesn't curse, and then he'll say things that just make my jaw drop, my eyes pop out of my head. He likes to use the word fist in unnecessary ways, for example. So, JP, if you're watching this, love you, bruh, but WTF, man. So, just, yeah, I guess that is a pretty fitting title. It's a pretty fitting title. Pretty fitting. Katie Tully says, I love the jokes about JP being underage. It's gonna be a sad day when he turns 18. I don't know what to say to that. It will be sad, I guess, in that sense, but at the same time, at least I won't feel as awkward like whenever those kinds of jokes pop up, or when JC? Who's JC? JP, do you have a twin I don't know about? When JP says something just completely terrible unintentionally and I'm just looking at my camera mortified, because I'm like, well, I can't really comment back because it's weird because he's young and stuff, and he's my friend. There's no, this conversation doesn't seem to be going the way I meant for it to, as is usual whenever I'm talking with or about JP in any sense of the way. Any sense of the way. My English is on point today. These were in fan mail today, so I'm gonna wear them for my next reading your comment part. I can't see anything. Humanoid 25 says, fun. Oh, there we go. Wade, I sensed a bit of resentment towards Gar in this episode. You have some feeling you need to talk about? Some desalting? Look, as long as I don't play games with Gar, I'm fine with Gar. But as soon as I play games with Gar, Gar either beats it the next day. Here's something really fitting. I was playing XCOM 2, just like my for fun account. I streamed it the other day, but I've got another game saved I'm just playing for fun. And on that one, guess who the first character was to max out all their stats? Just coincidentally, Gar. And the first thing I thought was, man, how fitting that Gar's the first one to reach the top rank. Because whenever we play games together, we're like, sweet, we're like level 3. Let's pick this up the next time we record it, and that'll be awesome. And then the next time we go to record, we're all level 3, and then Gar will come in like level 40, and it's like, Gar, what happened? Oh, I decided to play a little bit, just get used to the controls. For 37 levels, Gar? Yeah. So, no, we just give Gar a hard time. He gets really into games, I suppose, and plays them to the point of beating them quicker than The things that I thought of that were quicker were not good things to say out loud. Sometimes it's not always good to be quick on the trigger, if you know what I mean. We'll just move on. Jaden Yancey says, why does Wade sing when being chased? Then again, JP does too. I like to eat pineapple. Is it like or love? I always thought he said I love to eat pineapples. Maybe he says like, but in the Gmod I always thought it was I love to eat pineapples. I don't know. Sometimes whenever I'm screaming, like whenever I'm scared, I think the transition's a little bit simpler because I'm in the middle of ta, and I'll kind of like start to scream in the middle of a word, and then I'll just kind of, it's almost like holding a note as if you're singing. So I guess my brain just naturally is like, oh, you're holding a note. Let's just sing the rest of this sentence. Like whenever you're in the middle of talking about reading comments, and then you need to run. I don't know, it's just a natural transition in there for me. I don't know why. So, because we're weird. Cedars G says, is that correct? Cedars G? Hopefully. One of my favorite cartoons being referenced by some of my favorite people. Life is good. This was from the Courage the Cowardly Dog Gmod Cops and Runners map, I do believe. So yeah, I didn't watch Courage as much as I wished I had. I always enjoyed it when I did, but for some reason I just didn't see that many episodes of it. Like Patrick is able to quote Courage the Cowardly Dog and Ed, Edd n Eddy like no one I've ever encountered in my life. Buttered toast, buttered toast. The only real thing I know for sure from Courage is whenever Eustace, that's his name, right? Is stupid dog, you made me look bad. Booga wooga 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 wooga, and Courage screams and runs away. That's the only reference I know to Courage. So I'm sorry, I need to get good. Vivica Ophelia says, no, the Return of the Slap episode was the scariest one ever. I'm still scared to watch it. Another Courage reference, I don't know. Maybe I need to go watch the Return of the Slap episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog, because I don't know that one. That I know Patrick was talking about it, I think after we finished recording, everyone was talking about it, and I'm just sitting there like, slab? Man, I could go for a slab of ribs. Oh yeah. And then I came back and they were in like heated discussion about Courage the Cowardly Dog, and I'm just, food is good. Great Fox 64 says, okay, summary. Gar, trying to win. Patrick, return the slab. King Ramsey. Scarlet, having fun and happy to be here. JP, la poopy. Wade, being Wade, and also, I'll bend over and you stick it. Wade, what did you say? I didn't say anything. I don't believe. I think this quote is misleading. I don't believe in Gmod Cops and Rubbers. Oh no! No! God, the worst misspeak ever in the context of this. Why would I say cops and rubbers? Oh no! Just, oh. Maybe I am just being me and saying inappropriate things. That was totally not intentional, but... Next! Tormental says, you know we're not gonna find what we needed at school, right? One episode later, they're being eaten by zombie schoolgirls. I think this is from Dying Light. Yeah. That sounds like our typical experiences in Dying Light, where we go off on an objective, we get caught up doing something else, and then whatever was around our objective area ends up, you know, destroying and annihilating us. So I don't think zombie schoolgirls were what we needed to find at the school, but they're efficient at eating people. There's something weird about the phrase zombie schoolgirls. I don't know why. I think the phrase schoolgirl is a lot of times used to like imply a naughty schoolgirl Halloween costume type stuff and things like that. And so when you throw zombie in the front of it, you have like, you know, your typical schoolgirl image, and all of a sudden it's like trying to destroy you or something. It's just that much more horrifying for being something that's typically in like a different light, like an innocent light, or like the naughty sexualized light, or else, and then you make it just flat out evil and scary. And I don't know, I think little girls are scary anyway. Like, I watched The Ring. I want nothing to do with that stuff. Yeah, that's right, Samara. Isjor1 says, Gar stabbed you in the butt. Tell Mark you found the mysterious butt stabber. I don't think I have my phone on me. Let me see. Wonder if it's like 1 a.m. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit too late for me to call Mark. He goes to bed at like 9 o'clock or something crazy. I would have told Mark I found the mysterious butt stab. I'll just have to wait till tomorrow. Wherein I think, which is today for you, where I think we probably recorded some videos together, Mark, Bob, and I. I'm not sure if Jack is back in town or not to record, but I don't know. There's some plans for us to record some videos again soon, so that's exciting. So I will have to tell him I found the mysterious butt stabber then. And as for Gar stabbing me in the butt, yeah. He likes to stab people in the backs. Like a move or die. Seriously, I'm over it. What are you doing? Lippy McSheep says, can you do Undertale genocide ending? Undertale, I meant. Undertale genocide. Ah, the age-old question of Undertale genocide, or kill all if you prefer that wording of it. A lot of people don't like the word genocide because of the connotation it has in the real world, which I can fully appreciate and understand. However, it's also what is referred to in Undertale often, so I have to keep using it, despite the fact that I understand people don't like it. It's kind of a catch-22 where I can never make everyone happy here, but I do my best. So, I'm thinking about it still. I've heard it's tough, and I like the characters, and I just don't think I'd have a good time killing them and stuff, you know? So maybe, I don't know. I can't see a ding dong thing. Where'd my mouse go? There it is. Meryl Sally says, let's all just agree on that Wade is the king at pronouncing names. As I fail your name, please have mercy. I'm trying my best. Why do these weird coincidences keep happening in this reading your comments video? First, I'm like trying to tell you guys I don't say weird sexual things as I say cops and rubbers, and now I struggle pronouncing a name on that's applauding my ability to pronounce names. So yay, way, good job. I did good. Brandon Togan says, ooh, Wade said a bad word. I'm telling Molly and she will do that thing girlfriends do. Poke him till he farts. That's the thing that girlfriends do? Brandon, I think you might want to Google normal relationship activities, because in my experiences, I don't know that I've ever gotten into a poke them till they fart competition. Generally speaking, that just follows like the onion rings or bean burrito nights. Never been a poke. Poke usually leads to never to, you know. If could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. Wolf Jedi Samuel says, there has been so much sound effects coming out of Wade's mouth this entire video you could make an SFX playlist. I just made sound effects about the farts. What is happening? What is happening with these coincidental comments? This is not planned. I don't know what's next on this list. So this is really weird that this is happening the way it is. And I'm very animated right now. But here, you guys want some sound effects? Ding! Flop. Flop. Flip. There you go. I don't no idea what just happened. Gobblemo Wizards. I almost said that with a straight. Gobblemo Wizard says, question, why does the YouTube view rate for YouTube videos drop? Ever since January came, the views for my videos have dropped. I wonder why the month January makes the YouTube view rate drop. So, it really varies because everyone's got, you know, a mixture of different fans. Everyone's got their own fan base. But I will say that the middle end of December is a special time of year for ad revenue on YouTube as well as views, because people are on Christmas break and people have time to watch. So more ad companies are wanting to post ads. But the biggest reason for the ad revenue part of things is because it's around Christmas time. When are people spending the most money? The time period right before Christmas, right after Christmas, when they get their Christmas, you know, dollars and checks and things from auntie and uncle and grandma and Santa and whatnot. So views tend to go down in the earlier part of the year because people are back in school and getting back into the grind and this and that. They're spending time playing their new video games, their new toys, yada yada yada. That's my understanding of things. I could be wrong. Don't get me wrong. That just tends to be the trend, and it makes sense if you think about it that way. So views. How do you really know why for sure where views are coming from and when? You can look at demographics and they only tell you so much information, but I can't predict that you guys are going to care about my content next month. I might get 0 views next month. Now the trends say that that's not true. You guys will keep watching, or new people will come in and start watching, but it's very hard to understand. You're talking about not numbers. These are people. You guys are people. Surprise! Woohoo! And tomorrow you may be busy. Tomorrow you might not have time to watch a Wade video, so maybe tomorrow I don't get a view from you. You're trying to find a pattern amongst a living, free-willed group of beings, and that's really challenging. So the best we can do is kind of guess. And my best educated guess would be Christmas break equals time to watch. Back to school means, and plus all the new things from the holiday season, not time to watch. I tried. Vivica Ophelia, you've got 2 comments in this one. Congratulations. Molly helped me go through some of the videos and pick some out, and I picked some out. So you got 1 from each of us. Yay! So Vivica says, screw that. I'd be sleeping in mom and dad's bed. This is from Boogeyman. And yes, why not? Why? I can't go in there. Mom and dad are sleeping. Well, wake them up! You're being attacked by the actual flipping and dipping and Boogeyman. He's there with his claws and his bleh, and it's a Boogeyman. Boogie, woogie, woogie. You wake up mom and dad for that. Jeez Louise. Sandy Chan says, is Wade near or farsighted? So I do wear contact lenses. Some people like it when I wear my contacts. Some people like it when I wear my glasses. There's always a mixture of, and I never know what I'm supposed to do. So I just do what I want. I am nearsighted. I cannot see things far away without corrective vision. In fact, I need things to be within about 6 to 12 inches within that range for me to actually see them semi-clearly. About 6 inches probably for me to see things clearly without my contacts or glasses. I am very, very much not good at seeing. I'm legally blind, I guess, as far as driver's license and things goes without my glasses. I forget what my actual prescription is, but I have very terrible vision combined with an astigmatism, so it's really tough finding contact lenses or glasses. Glasses aren't as bad, but contacts that work are really tough. Glasses usually they can correct pretty easily. I'm also borderline at the point where I could possibly get like a LASIK surgery, but I don't know. I'm right at the cutoff boundary of your eyes are so messed up we can't even do surgery on them, and we could do it, and that kind of makes me nervous. It's like, do I want to risk my eyes being worse? Plus, one of the downsides to LASIK is you're pretty much guaranteed to have to wear reading glasses in such at the age of like 45 or so anyway. And I'm already in my mid-20s. Is it worth getting LASIK right now for 10, 20 years? Maybe. I don't know. I'm debating it, but I am very much nearsighted, meaning I can see close up but not far away. Callum Marshall says, could someone tell me Wade's upload schedule? So I've gotten a lot of questions about this recently. I'm not sure why, because I've been doing the same kind of uploading for a while now. It's never an exact science. There are some days I just don't get things posted on time. Things happen, life happens. But as a rule, I post in Eastern Standard Time. During the weekdays, Monday through Friday, I try to post around 3 to 4 and 6 to 7. Usually it's about 3:30 and 6, I believe are my target times. 3:30 Eastern, 6 p.m. Eastern. On weekends, I go a little bit earlier. I typically go around noon or 1 p.m. Eastern, and then around 3 or 4 p.m. Eastern. So that's roughly my upload schedule. But as I said, sometimes I'll post a video late. Sometimes I'll post a video early. It really depends on if it's something I don't know, I want to get out right away, or if I'm running behind and don't have it ready in time, or whatever the case may be. So roughly you can expect my videos around those times. Monday through Friday, 3:30 and 6 p.m. Eastern. Saturday, Sunday, around 1 and 4 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully that helps. But I've seen a lot of comments on that this week. That's weird. I've never seen anybody ask that until this week. I've noticed several people mention that. Brandon Togans. Brandon, you made another comment. People are getting multiple comments this week. Thank you guys for commenting. See, this is what happens when you comment frequently. Apparently, you make it on to the comments video. A lot of you do post frequently and haven't made it on yet, and that's not to say your comments are bad or anything. It's really just a matter of luck, I guess. It's not that some comments are better than others, just sometimes I'm like, oh, this comment's different from some of the other ones. Let's toss this one on there. So don't be discouraged if you haven't made it on there yet and you see some people repeating on here. I'm not trying to play favorites. I'm really not even looking at names until I get to this point where I'm reading them to you. So, and some of them I don't even see because I have Molly pick out some of them because I like to have surprises on this so that way I don't know what I'm gonna see whenever I'm reading them. So, in any case, Brandon says, well, we now know what game ruins friendships, along with I finally try to start speaking normally and I screw it up. Well, we now know what game ruins friendships along with Monopoly, Uno, Smash Bros, and Mario Kart. It's called Move or Die, especially when you play with Gar. Because Gar is actually pretty good at games. And when you're not as good at games and you play with someone good at games and they win a lot, you kind of become like, well, do I want to play this and lose again? Or do I want to play something where I'm on equal footing and have a chance at victory? I don't know, we only really played 3 games of Move or Die. I think it was the second game I was close to winning and then fail. I failed at the end. JP won, then it was Gar, then Gar, spoiler alert. But they're old videos, so if you were gonna watch them, you probably already have. So yeah, if you want to be angry at all of your friends, play Move or Die with them. Still some salt. All right, and our last but not least comment comes from Ayla O'Donovan. Ayla says, I wish I could like this video 50 times. You're the only YouTuber I've seen who's actually read the tutorial and grasped the basics. This is from Slime Rancher. I've not seen anybody else play it. I don't know how everyone else is playing it. I can imagine if Mark got control, he would probably just run around stupidly and do stupid things and murder the slimes or himself somehow in the first few minutes. Completely skip over anything that involves words and then just kind of try to figure out why he's doing it wrong about halfway through. And then he actually starts to do well because he's not bad at games. He just is very impulsive when he starts them a lot of times. That's how I imagine it would go down. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know who else has played it other than Mark. But no, I like to know what I'm doing whenever I get into something, unless there's no instructions. That's one of my beefs I have with Five Nights at Freddy's World. People are like, wait, I love this game. And I want to like it too. And people don't think that's true, but it is true. I do want to like the game. And I do plan on doing it again at some point. But there's very little direction to start with. And I like to have some direction. I like to know what I'm getting myself into. Not necessarily to a spoiler point of view, but then, knowing the controls, knowing what things are. If you're going to introduce new concepts, new moves, new items like the slime sucky blowy gun thing, I like to know what it is and what it does. So yeah, I try to read through those things because I feel like it helps me do a better job of playing the game the way it's meant to be played. So you're welcome, but I'm really just doing what I like to do myself because that's just the way I think about things whenever I'm going to play in. There's nothing wrong with going into a game and just jumping and running and going crazy with it. That's just not my personal style. So I'm not trying to say I'm doing it better or worse than Mark or anybody else. That's just my way of playing it. And some people prefer the crazy, go in and screw around, figure it out way. And people like me like to take a more analytic approach before starting. So however you want to do it, it's fine. But I'm the best and I do things the best. Not that I would ever say that. I just did. See what I did there? Ego check. All right, well, thank you guys so much. This has been reading your comments for the 7th week, I believe, the 7th time we've done one of these. So I'm sorry if your comments didn't make it in. I'm very happy to see so many comments on videos. You guys have been liking videos a lot more, commenting a lot more, and I really do appreciate that. It means a lot to me. It encourages me to want to do more and do better, so hopefully that is coming. I'm going to start live streaming more, so if you haven't seen those already, I'm on my Twitter. LordBinion777 is my Twitter. I will tweet out whenever I'm about to start up a stream or when I'm thinking about streaming, and I'll usually post a video right as I'm getting ready to start up. So I'll probably be doing another live stream this Thursday, probably around 7, 8, 9 p.m. Depends whenever I'm done with dinner. And yeah, so I'm trying to get live streaming back in, trying to get my videos going as I've been doing, and I'm really excited and happy right now. And it's really a credit to you guys for, you know, amping it up and being active in the community, being nice and pleasant to one another, commenting, liking videos, and, you know, just sharing your awesome experiences at things like PAX South. So thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for another one of these in 2 weeks. I look forward to reading your comments again. Until next time. See ya, guys. I love to read your comments every single day. JPWTF, go kill Gar. Pat has hairspray.